All right. So my name is Nicole Sawyer, and I'm with Paws in Prison. I'm their social media manager, and I have with me today Laterese Murray. And Laterese was a part of the program. She was just recently paroled, and I'm glad to have you today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, all right, Laterese. It's so good to see you. For
Glad to
everybody to
be
know,
free.
Latrice and I were actually in the program together. So this is very special to me for us to get together, her to get to share her story. You never know who it's going to touch, who it's going to change. You're part of the reason why this program keeps going. So let's get started, okay?
Yes.
So Latrice, give us a little background. Let us know who Latrice was before, what happened, and how you ended up where you were.
Well, before Paws in Prison, I was pretty much I had a normal life. Well, at least I thought I did. Um, I had a job. I was working, but I thought I could juggle some things while I was working. Um, of course, I thought I could drink and do all those other things and still have a regular life. All that came to a halt when I got pulled over um, for not turning on my blinker. Um, Pretty much, I had been using drugs, right? So I was on parole at the time. So um, got arrested. Um, Things went from there. Got violated. I had to go to prison. Um, I was kind of depressed at that point because I was doing so well. I was doing so well, right? Um, Deep dark depression. I didn't talk to anybody while I was in the county. Um, it's just I didn't want to. I was ashamed for getting arrested because all my family they thought, "Wow, she was doing good. What happened?" Um, so in the county for a little bit until I just snapped. Was like, this is not what's happening. I got to do something. So I started working. I became a floor worker, and I came out of my shell. And then I went to TDC, right? And so once I got to TDC, um, when I first got there, I really didn't have in thought what I wanted to do, what I really wanted to do while I was there, right? Because I just wanted to go home so bad that was taking over everything. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to go home. And so then I went to Lockhart. I got transferred to Lockhart. This was during COVID, so you got to be mindful that there wasn't a lot of things to do, right? There wasn't a lot of uh, classes we could do, a lot of programs. So once I got to Lockhart, um, I was like, okay, this is real. This is real. This 5-year sentence, I got to do it.
Yeah.
So I started dropping for a lot of classes and programs that they were open and offering at that time.
Right.
And so Paws in Prison, I dropped for Paws in Prison, I dropped for EWAP, I dropped for several things. And I just prayed on it. I prayed that whatever program is for me, that's the program that's going to be for me.
Right.
And Paws in Prison was the one that answered, and I said, that's it. That's where I'm going.
That's the destination, right? So, okay, so you're now at Lockhart. I don't know how far are you into your 5-year sentence.
At that point,
At that point, yes.
I was probably, because I did quite a bit of time in the county.
Okay.
So at that point, I was probably at my 2-year mark in my
Okay.
5-year sentence.
All right. So you're almost halfway done with your sentence.
Right.
I know from being there, your mindset probably wasn't that, hey, I have a lot of time left. I have a minimal time left, right? So Paws in Prison. I mean, what motivated you to not only, I know obviously you said through prayer, so you're taking God's guidance, but what motivated you to put your all in, and what goals did you set while
Mhm.
entering the program?
Well, let's rewind a little bit. Before
Okay.
I got arrested, I was working where I was working at was a pet resort, right? So I had that under me, and I had a little bit of that. And so that's kind of what I went on when I thought of Paws in Prison in mind. So it was like, if you're gonna do time, then you might as well do something you enjoy. You might
Mhm.
as well do something you love, and you might as well do something that's gonna make a difference. And
Okay.
so, and that's what I came up with, and that's what I wanted out of. Once I got there, that's what I wanted out of prison. I didn't want to go anywhere else.
Right, right. Dog bound, right? Dog bound. Dog therapy is the best. Okay, so you're 2 years in. Paul's in Prison accepts you. You get moved. You start this program. But there's a lot of programs in prison. What
Mhm.
made you be successful in this program? What did the program give you to help you be successful? Just tell me how your life changed from then on.
Well, once I got in the program, that's where my heart was. That's where my heart wanted to be. Um, I love animals. I can be with them all day and be content. Um, they help me. There's therapy in animals. And I just enjoy being around them, as well as others who love being around animals. It's something that we shared. So that's a common bond. If if you love those animals, then that's something that we shared, and we that's a bond that that'll never be broken with the girls that I have in Paws in Prison.
So, okay, so let's say I'm an outsider looking in. Okay, I don't know what this program does. So you just sit around and play with dogs all day?
I wish. All the no, it's hard work. It's hard work. What I got out of the program is a lot of responsibility, a lot of patience. Um, I set goals. I was able to set goals and actually reach them. Um, the motivation, the getting up in the morning, knowing you have this little baby that you have to care for.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
you have to train, and you have to get them ready for their forever home. So that's a lot to take in, and as a challenge. Or
absolutely. Was there one certain dog that challenged you the most? Or was there one certain dog that you may have identified with or didn't identify with, or um, just one? Was there one dog that brought out the Latrice?
yes,
Okay.
and that dog would be Lucy Bell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
There
Lucy.
were other dogs of her temperament. I want to say Chevy.
Okay.
Um, and oh my God, you weren't there. The last dog that I had was Maggie,
Okay.
and so yes, she was a challenge.
All right. So how you're in a prison
Only
setting. So how did you overcome the challenges that so we've added to. So now you're in prison, you still have all this stuff facing you, you're still doing time.
Mhm.
Life is going on outside the prison, you've got loved ones and everything. And so your emotional state, how did the program help you with that?
It helped me deal with it a lot, only simply because it kept my mind doing other things rather than just sitting and focusing on, oh, I gotta go home, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I had other things to focus on and help me strive on a day-to-day basis. Uh like, just challenges with the animals and working with them, and just getting things done every day with the dogs that were in Paws in Prison.
So more than likely, somebody's watching this right now that has donated, has helped out, even if it's $1 to Paul's in Prison. And I just want to let them know that you were one of the four first ever inside scholarship recipients in
Mhm.
2023. So there was four of y'all, and you were one of them. And how is that going? How is your school going?
It's going great. Actually, I am partially finished.
Okay.
I mostly study on the weekends since I work. Um, my grades are going good. Um, I love it. It's I'm really grateful for that, because that was something me personally, I couldn't afford, and it was something that I really, really wanted to do. And so Paws in Prison gave that to me, and I am so grateful for it.
Mhm. Something special, and it shows that
Mhm,
the board and the
mhm,
donors saw something special in you, and so for that, I know you said you're grateful, but we also at the Paws in Prison
mhm,
people, I guess you would say we
yeah,
are
mhm,
grateful that you're continuing in that. So,
mhm.
Latrice, I got to ask you, the program, I know it changed you. I know it helped you. So, what is Latrice doing these days?
Well, I'm very dedicated to what I achieved out of the program. Um, right now, I am working. I'm working at PetSmart, and I'm in training.
Yay!
And so that was a big surprise for me, considering where I came from. And so I thought that would be a barrier, but
Yeah,
I actually overcame that barrier, and it was a blessing. It was a real blessing because this is something I really want to do, and it's something that I'm dedicated on doing for the rest of my life.
all right. Well, Latrice, I want to thank you today, number one, for talking with me. I know we had some technical difficulties, which we won't post, but we had some technical difficulties today, but you stuck it with me. I know that you're going to be successful. I know that you are just one more success story coming out of the program. If you could tell anybody anything about the Paws in Prison program, what would that be?
Pause in prison was just a blessing to me. It's a blessing to whoever wants that blessing. Um, I wouldn't change anything about it for the world. Um, I just love it. Um, it just did so much for me, my soul, my inner being.
Yeah,
Um, it's just something. I really can't explain it. I can try to explain it, but that feeling of I don't know, just whatever that feeling is, that warm fuzzy feeling. that they,
I understand what you're saying. I do. And just for
because as
everybody,
you Do you
yeah.
do you remember, there was a little bit at when I was in the program, right? And at the ending of 23, all of a sudden they took me out and removed me and put me in another
Oh,
program.
yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
That was devastating. That was devastating because it was something unexpected,
Yeah.
and it was something I didn't want at the time.
Yeah.
And so I did everything in my power to get back to Paws in Prison because that was my destiny. That was
Absolutely.
absolutely my destiny. And I
Absolutely.
prayed to God, and he blessed me, and he actually seen that way. So, and that's
Absolutely.
how that happened.
Absolutely. You gave me the chills just now. So, Latrice, forever, you are forever our forever family. You will always be a Paws in Prison person. You will always be Paws in Prison family. And we appreciate you. And we just want you to just keep spreading it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you for meeting with me today.
I will. I love you. Bye.
Bye.